Yesterday, we talked about providing context for our quotes, which we call lead ins. And you took some notes on this, so I would just want to quickly review. So, these are the sentences that come before the quote in each body paragraph. And this is why we find the quote first. You're not going to know what to lead into or provide context for unless you find the quote first. So, these should be about 2 to 3 sentences that come before the quote and provides context for your quote. Essentially, what you want to do is pretend like whoever's reading your paper has never read the story before, and you need to tell them briefly what's going on in the book or the story when that. So, if you're writing about a cask of Amontillado and you're talking about verbal irony, a good lead in for a quote might be in the story, the narrator, Montresor, uses verbal trickery to lure Fortunato down into the catacombs and gain his trust. For example, he expresses concern over Fortunato's health, and then it might be followed with a quote where he talks about his health being precious, and he expresses concern about the cough and maybe suggests going back. If you're writing about foreshadowing and the most dangerous game, a good lead in might be when Rainsford first lands on Shipcup Island, he sees evidence of hunting. He sees blood on the ground, matted down leaves, and bullet casings on the ground. And this might be followed with a quote about the 22 caliber bullets. Okay? So now we're going to talk about what comes after the quotes. And so that's step 5, which is explaining our quotes, and we call that reasoning. So after each quote, your essay should have 1 to 2 sentences explaining how that quote demonstrates the concept in your thesis or topic sentences. Some of you guys are writing about foreshadowing, so your reasoning is going to explain what does that quote foreshadow. Some of you are writing about irony, like verbal or dramatic or situational, so you're going to explain how that quote is ironic. The most commonly made mistake that 9th graders do is they follow those quotes up with more plot summary. They tell me what happens next in the story. But that doesn't explain how your quote relates back to the topic sentence and your claim. So what you need to do is explain how that quote is demonstrating a theme if you're writing about theme, or how it's demonstrating a symbol if you're writing about symbolism. In this case, we're writing about foreshadowing and we're writing about irony. You're explaining what does that quote foreshadow, or how is that quote ironic. Here are some examples. The 22 caliber bullet casings foreshadow that humans are being hunted since 22s are too light to kill large animals. So this is explaining how that 22 caliber bullet, how that acts as foreshadowing that General Zaroff is killing humans. This one says, when Montresor expresses concern for Fortunato's health, it is ironic because he plans to kill them. Montresor only says this to trick Fortunato into trusting him. So here we're explaining how the quote that comes before this is ironic. The last step in the body paragraph is the wrap-up sentence. And that's pretty easy to write. Remember, at the end of each body paragraph, you're going to need some sort of sentence to wrap everything up and drive home your main point. And it is the most commonly forgotten sentence in the body paragraph. But the easiest way to write this is to begin with a transition, and we'll worry about that next week. We'll give you a list next week. A way to reword your topic sentence in a new way. So look back at your topic sentence and just find a way to reword it. Once you do this, your body paragraphs are finished. So your goal today is to work on your lead-ins, finish those, get your notes on this. Maybe you can go in and work on your reasoning sentences and your wrap-ups, and then your body paragraphs are finished.